It has been 10 years since the combat update. 10 years since we got the End cities and the Elytra. In that time, Mojang has overhauled the oceans, the nether, the caves, and even the mountains. But the End remains empty. Why? The community begs for it every single year. It is the #1 requested update on the feedback site. So, is Mojang lazy? No. The truth is much more complicated. Mojang isn't ignoring the End because they don't care. They are ignoring it because they are terrified. I've analyzed the last 5 years of developer interviews, design pillars, and game drops, and the conclusion is clear. The End dimension is fundamentally incompatible with modern Minecraft's design philosophy. To understand why we don't have an End update, you have to understand the safety doctrine. In 2020, Mojang shifted their design philosophy. They moved away from survival horror and towards player agency. They want every challenge to be optional. You don't have to go to the deep dark. You don't have to start a raid. You can choose to be safe. But the End? The End violates this rule. It is the only dimension where a single mistake results in total loss. Falling into the void deletes your items forever. There is no recovery compass for the void. If Mojang updates the End, they have to encourage players to explore it. But if they push casual players into a dimension where they lose everything instantly, those players quit. Mojang is paralyzed because they cannot make the End safe without deleting the void, and they cannot keep the void without alienating their casual audience. This fear of forced difficulty comes from a specific trauma: the Phantom. When Mojang added the Phantom, they forced a mechanic on everyone: sleep or die. The community hated it. It became the most regretted feature in the game's history. This taught Mojang a hard lesson: never force the player to engage with an annoying mechanic. Now, apply that to the End. If they add new biomes, new mobs, and new ores to the End, they are effectively forcing players to spend more time there. And spending time in the End is annoying. Bridging over void gaps is stressful. Endermen are annoying. If they make the End essential, they risk creating a Phantom 2.0 situation, where players feel forced to endure a frustrating dimension just to get the new items. They are afraid that by making the End better, they will actually make the game worse. Then there is the artistic crisis. Modders have fixed the End by turning it into a neon jungle. Mods like Better End add lush forests, waterfalls, and purple skies. It looks beautiful, but Mojang developers, specifically King Dogs, have hinted that this isn't their vision. The End is supposed to be a wasteland. It is the heat death of the universe. It should be barren, quiet, and uncomfortable. This creates the wasteland paradox. If they update the End with forests and life, they ruin the lore and atmosphere of the dimension. It just becomes purple overworld. But if they keep it barren and empty, well, then it's boring gameplay. They are stuck between ruining the vibe or ruining the fun. They haven't found a solution that keeps the cosmic horror of the End while making it fun to explore. Finally, we have the mechanical problem. Currently, the End serves one purpose: the Elytra. Once you get the wings, you leave. You never go back. The Elytra is the ultimate endgame item because it breaks exploration. If Mojang adds an update after the Elytra, how do they balance it? If you can just fly over the new biomes, the update is trivial. You will skip all the content. But if they nerf the Elytra or make the new biomes no-fly zones, the community will riot. They have painted themselves into a corner. The Elytra is too strong to design around, but too iconic to remove. An End update would require a fundamental rework of the Elytra, and that is a PR nightmare they are not ready to face. So, will we ever see an End update? Probably. But it won't be the Better End mod you are dreaming of. It won't be lush forests and cute mobs. Mojang is currently designing for safety and optionality. An update to the most hostile, dangerous, and unforgiving dimension in the game is a logistical nightmare. Until they figure out how to make the void safe for a 6-year-old on an iPad, the End will remain exactly what it is today: a waiting room for the Elytra. The End isn't empty because they forgot it. It's empty because they are afraid to touch it.